57,000. That's how many jobs the entire American economy added last month. Sounds like trouble, right? Stick with me, because that number may matter less to your family than one number you have probably never calculated. I'm Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. The labor market has cooled off. June came in at just 57,000 new jobs, and the government went back and revised April and May down too. The strong spring everybody celebrated, most of those gains were packed into just a few sectors. That kind of hiring tends not to last. Here's the part that caught my eye. The share of Americans working or looking for work dropped in June, back to levels we have not seen since the pandemic. People did not lose jobs, they stopped looking. Now, before anyone panics, there's no wave of layoffs. Unemployment is still low. The Kiplinger letter, the forecasting newsletter that executives have relied on for more than 100 years, summed it up this way. Expect decent but not spectacular job growth for the rest of the year. So what does this mean for you? It comes down to the Federal Reserve. Rapid hiring pushes wages up fast. Fast wage growth feeds inflation, and inflation is what gets the Fed talking about hikes. Earlier this summer, prediction markets were actually betting the Fed might raise rates this year. A cooler job market takes that pressure off. Now, does that mean mortgage rates are about to fall? Not necessarily. Mortgage rates do not take orders from the Fed. They move on inflation expectations in the bond market. But a Fed that is not hiking is one less headwind for anyone planning to buy or refinance in the next year. Notice what I did not say. I did not say wait. Waiting on rates is not a plan. It's a hope with a calendar attached. And here is a twist almost nobody is talking about. Inflation is about to come down on paper, not because your groceries got cheaper. The government is revising how it calculates core PCE, the inflation gauge the Fed watches most closely. The change involves how statisticians measure things like software and financial services. Net effect, the reported number drops about 0.2 points. Think about that. The headline will say inflation improved. Your grocery bill will not know the difference. Which brings me to the two lessons in all of this. Lesson one, you can't build your family's financial plan on numbers you do not control. You do not control the jobs report. You do not control the Fed. You do not even control how the government does its math, apparently. Lesson two, the number that actually decides what your family pays every month is one you can control. It's called your household blended interest rate. Let me show you what I mean. Picture this. A family has a $655,000 mortgage at 6.5%. They also carry $30,000 in credit cards at 22% and $45,000 in car loans at 8%. Ask them their interest rate and they'll say 6.5%. But run the real math across all $730,000 of debt, and their household blended rate is about 7.2%. Your mortgage rate is not your interest rate. Your blended rate is your interest rate. That's worth repeating. Your mortgage rate is not your interest rate. Your blended rate is your interest rate. That family could wait 2 years for the Fed to shave a quarter point off mortgage rates, or they could attack the 22% card debt this quarter and drop their blended rate by more than any Fed meeting ever will. Same family, same income, completely different outcome. Strategy beats rate always. So here's what I want you to do with this week. 3 steps. Step 1, list every debt you have: mortgage, cards, cars, student loans, balance rate, and payment for each one. Calculate your blended rate. Multiply each by its rate, add them up, divide by the total debt. That's the number of your real borrowing. I have a calculator to do all that just for you. All you have to do is reach out to us. Step 3, stop watching the Fed's dashboard and start watching your own, especially right now. If fewer people are working, more households are running on one income. A real budget is not optional in that world. If that sounds like homework, I have good news. I offer a tool that does the heavy lifting for you. It's rsrlinks.com/keysteps. Credit monitoring, a budgeting tool, and asset tracking all in one place, and it costs you nothing. That's rsrlinks.com key steps. And if you want to talk through your own blended rate, grab 15 minutes on my calendar, bookrs15.com. It's a Zoom call. Bring your numbers. I'll do the math. You can also go to rsrlinks.com/debt-free. That's a brand new tool that we've just rolled out. It's called a debt done date. Debt done date. rsrlinks.com/debt-free. And we run all of your numbers through a system and show you the top 25 ways of getting completely out of debt. And we talk through the ways that make sense for you. And for the first 100 people that go there, it's absolutely free. We underwrite the total cost for you. rsrlinks.com/debt-free. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. That's the Borrow Smart segment brought to you by rsrwealthbuilder.com, rsrwealthbuilder.com.